Floyd Mayweather has come out in a couple interviews recently and mentioned two names as being potential opponents for his final fight in his Showtime contract in September. And those two names are Kareem Mayfield, of all people, and Andre Berto. Now, we don't know if Floyd's serious or whether he's just joking around. Some people think he is serious. Other people saying he's just messing about. But if he is actually serious, then that's obviously very disappointing, because Kareem Mayfield is just not a top-level fighter, no matter which way you look at it. And Andre Berto is shot to pieces. This is a guy who realistically lost to Luis Collazo in his prime. Even though Collazo didn't get the decision, you go watch that fight and try and make a case that Andre Berto won. He didn't. Then he obviously lost to Victor Ortiz. Then he lost to Robert Guerrero. Then he lost to a journeyman in Jesus Soto Carras. In his last fight, I believe it was his last fight, he beat Josecito Lopez. I mean, who hasn't beat Josecito Lopez? And he didn't look that impressive in the Josecito Lopez fight until the finish. So him getting a crack at Floyd Mayweather, that would be terrible. But again, this is something I constantly have to remind people of. People just don't seem to get it. When you've got people out there like Amir Khan, Sean Porter, Kell Brook, Keith Thurman, when you got these type of guys who are trying to get a Mayweather fight, you get all these idiots coming out saying, oh, they haven't earned it. They haven't earned a Mayweather fight. As if you have to do anything special to earn a Mayweather fight. Since when did you have to do anything special to get a fight with Floyd? Tell me. Because all Victor Ortiz did was beat Berto and he got a shot. All Robert Guerrero did was beat Berto, who was already shot, and he got a shot. Don't try and tell me that you need to do something special to beat Floyd Mayweather. Even Canelo Alvarez, when he got his Mayweather shot, the only person that Alvarez had fought was Austin Trout. And that was a controversial decision against Austin Trout. That was controversial. A lot of people felt Trout won. And that was the only named fighter. I mean, it's not like Trout is really a big name, but at the time he was a highly ranked, or was he champion at the time? I think he was champion at the time. Held one of the belts at 154 when Canelo fought him. That was the only real fight on Canelo's entire record, and that got him the Floyd fight. Keith Thurman has got a better resume now in terms of facing top-level competition and undefeated fighters and whatnot than Canelo did when he got the Floyd fight. You could definitely argue that Kell Brook has got a similar type of resume to Canelo when Canelo got the Floyd fight. A similar type of resume. You know, Sean Porter, maybe not quite that strong. Amir Khan, certainly, if you look at his career resume over the long haul, he's got a better resume than Canelo did when Canelo got the Floyd fight. Certainly a better resume than Victor Ortiz did when he got the Floyd fight, or Robert Guerrero did when he got the Floyd fight at welterweight anyway. So people need to stop coming with this bullshit as if you need to do something special to get a Floyd fight. You don't. All you need to do to get a Floyd fight is be in the right place at the right time. That's it. And if Floyd ends up fighting Andre Berto in September, it will be a perfect example of how you don't need to do anything special to earn a Floyd fight. They only bring out that earning a shot bullshit when it's convenient. That's when the Mayweather camp do it. When it's convenient for them to say this guy needs to earn a shot, then they'll do it. Okay, what has Berto done to earn a shot if he's going to get a shot? What have, you know, I've said this before. Floyd Mayweather is a very good fighter. Okay, but throughout his career, particularly at 140, 147 and 154, he's picked his opponents very carefully. That's not to say he hasn't fought good fighters. He has. Canelo was a good fighter. He fought him and he beat him very well. But he picks his opponents very carefully at specific times in specific circumstances. He is not and never has been the kind of fighter to say, I'm the best and I'll take on all comers. This is not like the reign of Mike Tyson in the mid to late 80s where he said, come, you know, bring everyone, I'll fight any of you. This is not like Roberto Duran when he was champion at lightweight. Come, I'll fight anybody. It's not like that with Floyd. With Floyd, it's, I'll have a look at this guy, have a look at that guy, weigh and measure the pros and cons, the strengths and weaknesses of the guy. Is it the right time to fight him? You know, that's how Floyd looks at it. He doesn't just say, yeah, I'll fight anybody. He's very, very careful about who he fights and when he fights them. So it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up fighting Andre Berto at all, because of the reasons I've already mentioned. Now, I'm going to do a video about Mayweather talking about Errol Spence and him saying that Keith Thurman should fight Errol Spence. And this is a typical example of when Floyd Mayweather, you know, Mayweather's going around saying people like, and Mayweather's fans as well, are going around saying people like Thurman and Kell Brook and Amir Khan haven't earned the right to fight Floyd. But then he's trying to say that Keith Thurman should fight Errol Spence. But how has Errol Spence earned his right to fight Thurman then? Because if you're going to use that, you have to earn your right shit to justify why Floyd ain't fighting Thurman. Then that means you have to accept when Thurman turns around and says, hang on, Errol Spence ain't earned his right to fight me. Because Thurman has been patiently waiting. Thurman has been fighting undefeated fighters like Diego Chavez, who had a draw with Tim Bradley, by the way. And Keith Thurman knocked him out. And he's been obviously beating people like Leonard Bundu and Julio Diaz. And remember, Sean Porter recently said Julio Diaz is better than Adrian Broner. You know, and obviously Robert Guerrero as well, another guy that Keith Thurman beat. And he had to wait for that Robert Guerrero fight for 2 years. He called out Robert Guerrero 2 years before he actually got the fight. And Keith Thurman also called out Marcus Maidana twice and was turned down twice. He was turned down by Maidana before Maidana fought Mayweather, and he was turned down by Maidana after Maidana fought Mayweather. So you're not going to sit there and tell me that Keith Thurman hasn't been trying to fight top welterweights. He has. So if you're going to say that Thurman hasn't earned his right to face Floyd, then you also have to say that Errol Spence ain't earned his right to face Thurman. You can't have it both ways, people. Yeah? If you're an advocate of Thurman fighting Spence, then you have to be an advocate of Mayweather fighting Keith Thurman. Simple. Yeah? Stick with the logic. All right, let me know how you feel about everything I talked about in this video. I'm out.